Hello everyone on a Monday morning, Columbus Day. I hope you are all doing just fantastic. I hope you have the day off. As you can see, we're going to be looking at mostly cloudy skies with highs in the 50s. So a very typical day for this time of year in the Pine Tree State. I think winds are going to be out of the southeast at around 5 to 10 miles an hour, maybe a little bit higher right along the coastline. So very typical for this time of year. Not much else to say about today. Now, a more interesting thing that I did want to mention is Tropical Storm Michael, and this is on its way to becoming a hurricane. Currently, it's just to the west of the western shores of Cuba, and it's moving to the north at 7 miles an hour. Sustained winds at around 70 miles an hour currently. And I think this is going to make landfall in the United States, more particularly along the panhandle of Florida, maybe even down into the Tampa Bay area. They may feel some impacts. After that, I think a front comes, and this is a quick mover rather than a slow mover. If you don't remember, a few weeks ago, we had Florence, which just stalled over the Carolinas. I think this is going to be the complete opposite. And I do think it is going to impact the Carolinas with heavy rain and gusty winds. And then I think at around 1, maybe 2 in the morning on Saturday, I think it might be in the Gulf of Maine or close to the Gulf of Maine at that time. So we may feel some minor impacts, mainly in the way of maybe some high surf, maybe some rip currents, and maybe some light showers along the coast as well. But I think major impacts from whatever's left of Michael should stay offshore. Now, one more thing I wanted to mention is the pattern that we've been in. This is basically, over the next couple of weeks, I think we're going to be in a flip-flopping pattern between warm and cold air. As you can see, down to the south, we're in the 70s and 80s down in the Carolinas and even into the mid-Atlantic states currently, while up north, we are in the 40s and 50s. So Maine is kind of going to be the battleground between these two air masses over the next few days. Moving forward into tomorrow, I think the warm air does surge in to much of Maine, but I don't think it lasts long. I think Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be our warmest days, especially to the south and west of Bangor. I think to the north and east of the Queen City, I don't think we're going to get that warm at all. I don't think we'll get into the 70s or 80s. But down south in York County, Cumberland County, maybe into Androscoggin and Oxford counties as well, I think that it's a good chance that we may possibly get into the lower 80s rather Tuesday or Wednesday. So very warm conditions expected across much of the area. But look what happens after that. The cold air wins. And I think by this weekend, we may be struggling to get out of the 40s. Yes, the 40s for highs. So definitely a complete 180 in the pattern. Without further ado, here is our 7-day forecast, and it definitely shows that pattern flip. Today, mostly cloudy and cool skies. Tuesday, I think it's going to be partly cloudy and very mild, and I think the same for Wednesday. We may actually have a thunderstorm to end it all off Wednesday afternoon. And then I think on Thursday, we're going to get some more widespread rain as that front kind of merges with Tropical Storm Michael off the coast. On Friday, I think we're going to have clouds and sun with cooler conditions, and then here comes the cold air as we head into next weekend, and we'll also be watching Michael for Saturday.